hit show The Good Doctor is now in its third season on ABC, and Kirk recently caught up with two of its stars, Nicholas Gonzalez and Christina Chang, to talk about what makes the show so special.
Well, I think looking at the recipe for The Good Doctor, it's one really healthy heaping spoonful of Freddie Highmore as Dr. Sean Murphy, because without that performance, we don't have this show. And anchored by that, and we have some excellent new people who have been added to the cast. But you know, it's a show that has a lot of heart in a time when I think we need it. But it's not served softly. You know, we deal with the bittersweet, harsh realities of life. I don't think we dumb anything down either, but we try to speak to what's going on in the world and what's going on in Sean Murphy's life.
And the premise is
what he said.
The premise was so unique. You know, what drew both of you to the project in the first place?
It's kind of an easy one.
You were on the... Actually, Nick was on the project first, and
right.
I think I didn't come on until season 2, and
she saw it was a huge hit.
I saw it was a huge success, and I heard Nick was on it, so I was like, hey, I'll do it, I guess. No. I mean,
maybe
David
I'll be his
Shore,
girlfriend.
maybe. But David Shore
That's my answer, too.
Yeah, a lot to do with why this show was attractive, appealing, not only to us on the show, but probably also because he's so good at what he does. It's also why we have a lot of eyeballs.
You know, and fans of his other show that you might have remember, House, which was a huge success, just know what kind of a writer David Shore is and what material he's bringing weekly.
It's such a competitive marketplace for entertainment options for people, and for folks who may have been late to the party and maybe have not seen the show. What would you say to them for someone who wants to jump in now in season 3 to hop on board?
I think one of the biggest things about our show is that if you watch, especially from the beginning, and if people have the time, I would say if you haven't seen the show before, start from the beginning. But what's so wonderful about the show is it's still set up as a procedural. You know, we usually have 2 operations an episode, and it's built around, you know, maybe some life lessons that Murphy's going through and that consequently all of us are going through as well. But it's something that can be enjoyed even just now or starting now or episode by episode. It doesn't necessarily have to be followed, but I think you're going to get a lot more out of the show if you're following from the beginning to see a lot of the beautiful callbacks and things that are interwoven into the story.
And just to see also how Sean Murphy, which is the character that Freddie plays, how he's evolving. You know, I think every season there tends to be sort of an overarching arc for his character and other characters, but also his, and there's a beautiful evolution of that character as well.
Can you give us any hints, any surprises that we'll see in season 3?
Well, we have to keep our cards pretty close to our vest, but I can say that his invisible tiny
I'm looking at a straight flush here, my friend. I don't like your odds.
Oh, dad jokes abound. I can say I think that season 3 focuses more on relationships, a little bit more personal. We go home with, so to speak, our characters.
You might see a little more of this. People have really been hurting for a little bit more of, we want to know more about your lives, we want to know about the home lives of the doctors, we want to know about their dating lives. You were going to see that so much more this episode. And what, I mean, this season. And what's so nice is we don't lay into the soap opera of relationships. I think we're dealing with a lot of times is some premature relationships and some very, intense moments. And I'm excited. I'm excited. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you both. We're so looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You can watch The Good Doctor tonight at 10 right here on 13 on Your Side.